Hello everyone, today I'm going to service the cutoff valve on a Karcher model number K2200 or K2200IB. It's the 2200 PSI 6 horsepower model, but I believe the valves are very similar on most of these designs. And basically what's happening is that I go to press the pressure hose and I don't get any I don't get any increase in pressure on the hose. Usually that indicates either a worn or stuck cutoff valve or pass-through valve or pressure release valve, I'm sorry. And it's pretty easy to, well, not pretty easy, but it's a easily serviceable part. So I'm going to take this one apart and have a look at it and see what kind of shape it's in. And if it's in good shape, I'll just lubricate it and put it back in again, because that's you know, a lot of the time that's what it is. It's just, you know, stuck in there. But if it's deformed or broken in any other way, I'm going to replace it, and I'll put the part number for that on the description and a link for it as well, where you can get it at Amazon. Alright, first thing, make sure that you've emptied out the gas, either ran it dry or you know, drained it with a hose or a pump or whatever way you want to drain the gasoline out of the machine. You don't want that spilling all over the place. If you have a good tight gas cap like I do, you know, it's not that big a deal. Make sure your oil cap as well on the top is screwed down tight, and be careful, because you know, the oil or the gas could spill out of this thing when you tilt it. So let's take a look underneath. Alright, see if I can get a shot on it for you. Okay, and if you see this little plastic cap, that's a cover over the relief valve. Okay, so that's what we need to remove. We need to remove that relief valve. So I'll get a better shot on that for you, and we'll get at removing it. Alright, here's a better angle at that relief valve or cutoff valve that's right there, and or pressure bypass valve. There's all sorts of names for it. So I'm going to zoom in on that a little bit for you. Now, you could take the pump right off the machine by removing these 4 bolts. You know, if you find that an easier way to work on this, go ahead, but there's really no need. You can get at it quite easily from here. Okay, so first thing you need to do is pop this cap off, this little tab here that's holding this plastic cover on. Okay, so we're going to do that first. And you just use a screwdriver and pry it off. Go around it a little bit. There we go. It's just a friction fit. See if I can show you that. There it is. And now the cap just pops right off. Okay. Then you got 2 Torx screws right there that need to be removed to remove the plastic housing. So let's do that. Those are Torx 20s, by the way. So let's put a Torx 20 on there. Actually, that's not correct. Sorry. Alright, let's get the right size in there. There we go. It's a T27 on this one. Okay, so I'm going to use a little ratchet for that. Remember, this is plastic, so when you're going to put it back on, don't over torque it. And I think that's why they put the cover over it, just to make sure that, give it a little bit of protection from things hitting it. I don't know what would hit it under here, but okay, and then once you get to that point, it's just to unscrew them. There's the 2 screws or bolts. Okay, and now we just jiggle this off of here. Now there's a spring underneath this, so be careful not to lose that. And internally, I'm going to show you this, so mine is jumping around. You'll see that there's another piece in the inside. Now you use a pair of needle nose to pull that out of there, and that's what I'm going to use. Next, just bite onto it and pull it out. And it should come out fairly easily. There we go. And right off the bat, what do I see? Zoom in on that here. There we go. See, the O-ring on that is broken right off. So we're going to have to replace that. I happen to have a kit full of O-rings. The other O-ring looks pretty good, but if I have one the same size, I'm going to replace it. And then I'm inspecting it. It looks pretty good. It's not broken or anything, and it's quite free. So what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to lubricate it first, and then I'm going to put this O-ring back on, as it needs to go back on. And it looks like it was quite broken there. Sorry, there it is. There's a broken O-ring. That's probably what was causing it to stick or jam. So I'm going to replace that O-ring and probably replace the front O-ring and then lubricate it all with some lithium grease and put it back in. Okay, I wanted to show you the components again because I don't think I got them really good on the video there. This is the first half that comes out. There's a little spring that's missing. Well, not missing that. You don't want it to go missing when you pull it out. So when you're pulling out the plastic housing, make sure you watch for the spring and all the other parts that don't go flying out. There's a little plunger in there, and it's got an O-ring on it as well. I'm going to use some lithium grease on that to lubricate it a little bit, but it's not leaking there, so it's not a big deal. If I have like I said, if you want, you can replace those O-rings. This one, of course, is the inner plunger valve, so it would attach like this. Okay, and that's the part that's inside the cylinder, and you can see on mine that's O-ring's busted, so that's got to be fixed, and that's what the issue was with it. And there's another O-ring on the front here. There you go, right there. It looks pretty chafed on this one too, so I'm going to replace it as well if I have one the right size. If I don't, well, I'll just lubricate it, put it back on, because it's still functional, it's still there. And if this is broken in any way, you need to replace the whole thing. Okay, here are the two O-rings I used. I actually had to use one from a metric kit and one from an SAE kit or Imperial kit. And the Imperial one I used was the A110. It is a 3, see if I can get you a better look at that. It's the A110, 3/8 by 9/16 by 3/32, and that's it right there. I used one of those, and that was for the top seal. And then for the bottom O-ring, I used a metric F106 8x2 millimeter. There it is right there as well. So, I mean, you may be able to get away with just the SAE kit, using it for that, or just the metric kit, but those are the two that work best for me. Okay, so now it's just a reverse order of what we took apart. Let's put the piston back in. I'll put a little bit of grease on it. Right there. It doesn't really matter how you apply it. I'm putting the grease on it just for the O-rings more than anything else. There we go. Drop it in. Press it down. And I get some action. I can actually push it with my finger, so it's moving okay. And next, we put the plastic cap back on top, making sure that we put the plunger in first. And there's a plunger there, the spring. Hold that all together, drop it on, and just finger tight it. Okay, I gotta get some of the grease off my hands. There we are, there's a better angle for you. And next is just screw it down. So I'll use my little screwdriver and my T27. Just to start it, I think. There we go. As you can see, I'm at an angle, but that's the beauty of these Torx screws, is that they'll still turn. You won't strip them doing this. I will take the ratchet for the last bit, though. As it looks like I'm gonna need it. Okay. Alright, and the ratchet, I just... Remember, this is plastic, don't overdo it. Oops, keep forgetting that's not magnetic. Okay, nice and snug there on both sides. Next, protective cap, that, and the locking button. There we go. Good friction fit there. Okay, so next we're gonna hook it up, test it out, see if it works. I don't see why it wouldn't. Looks like it moves just fine on its own right at this point, and we'll see what the result is. Well, obviously that works perfectly. Thanks a lot for watching. Look in the description for links to the actual parts I used and where you can get other parts for this, including the spark plug. Thanks. There's a saving tip in this, in the sense that the Briggs & Stratton spark plug that they specify for this, right there, for that Briggs & Stratton engine, is right here. Good in the focus. Okay, this is, as you can see, it's got the emblem on it, but it is actually a Champion RJ9LM. Okay, as you can see, this one's very fouled up. Now, if you go and buy the Briggs & Stratton spark plug for this, it's like $5. So go to in my Walmart, if I go to the auto section where the spark plugs are, you can buy just the Champion RJ. There we go. There you go. The RJ919LM. There you go. It's the exact same spark plug for less than $2. So don't waste your money on the Briggs & Stratton. Just go to the car section in Walmart, where I got it. I'll put a link for it in Amazon as well if you don't have access to that. And there you can get it for less money than you can this one, which was $5. I'm glad I spotted this in the car section. Okay, so that's just a little tip for tuning it up and making sure it runs right. That's it for my video. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video and it helped you out in some way, do me a favor, click on the like button right down here. And you know, if you wish to subscribe to my channel, just click on this link up here. And that should subscribe you to the Richard Lloyd channel, or Richard Lloyd USA channel. Okay, Again, thank you very much for your time and watching.